There's a moment in every woman's life where something shifts. You see something you cannot unsee. You feel something you can no longer push down. And suddenly the life you've been living starts to feel unfamiliar, almost like it was handed to you instead of chosen by you. And that moment, that little click inside your soul, is the moment that you start to wake up. That's the topic that we're discussing today on today's episode and for the entire month of December on the women's strength sessions. Awakenings and what this means and looks like for women today. Thanks for joining. Awakening isn't loud, it's not dramatic. Most of the time, it isn't even a conscious decision, it's just a knowing, a soft but persistent whisper that's saying, this is no longer enough. This doesn't fit anymore. There's more for you. Awakening is the moment you stop going through the motions and start noticing your life, noticing where you feel disconnected, where you feel resentful, where you're shrinking yourself to keep the peace, where the version of you you're performing isn't the woman that you actually want to be. Awakening is not about blowing up your life, it's about opening your eyes to the truth of it. And once you see it, you can't go back to sleep. Let me tell you a few of the moments that cracked me open, even when I wasn't ready. I remember realizing that the moment I stopped overgiving, certain people simply would not show up for me. When I had to put myself first, they took offense. They would take offense to pretty much every boundary I set. They preferred the version of me who never asked for anything and was always saying yes to them. And that was a painful, stark awakening. Boundaries are beautiful in theory, but in reality, they expose everything. They reveal who benefits from you having none, who only likes you as long as you're convenient and you keep them comfortable, who has been dining off of your silence, your flexibility, and your exhaustion. When I started setting boundaries, I didn't expect a backlash. I really thought these people would love me and go along with it and understand. But I got coldness, I got passive aggressiveness, I got withdrawal, and I got outright punishment for doing that. That too, though, was part of waking up for me. Realizing that protecting my peace will offend other people who are profiting or who thrive off of chaos. There came a point where I stopped asking, what do people need from me? And started asking, what do I want? What do I feel? Who am I when no one is watching me perform? These questions absolutely unraveled me. They stripped away roles, expectations, identities I'd been carrying for decades, but they also led me back to the woman that I had been missing. Here's the truth about awakening: it is not just beautiful, it's brutal. I became a better mother. I became a stronger friend. I became a more grounded leader. I became more authentic as a person, but because I had stopped lying to myself. But I also grieved. I grieved deeply the versions of me that I had outgrown. I grieved relationships that couldn't meet me in my growth that I thought would last forever. And I grieved the comfort of my own ignorance. Awakening often feels like holding a flower in one hand and ashes in the other. It's not soft, but it is necessary. It tears away everything false, but what's left finally is you. Waking up today doesn't look like running away to Bali or burning your whole life down. Sometimes waking up looks like simply saying no without apologizing, or admitting you're exhausted and actually resting, leaving the group chat that drains you, and letting people be disappointed. Choosing the long term version of you instead of the momentary approval from others, or being less nice and more honest. Noticing the difference between being needed versus being valued, and reclaiming your time, your body, your identity, and your energy. For women today, awakening is remembering the self abandonment is no longer the price of admission to be loved. We are stepping into a season where women are waking up to their strength, to their needs, to their boundaries, and their truth, and they are talking about it and asking for more. If you're waking up right now, if things feel off or uncomfortable, if your relationship feels different, if you're questioning everything, if you're grieving even while you're growing, I want you to know you are not breaking your life. You are not doing anything wrong. You're rebuilding. You are waking up. You're not selfish. You're just becoming more self aware. You're not losing people. You're losing the people who were never meant to stay in the next chapter. You're not failing. You're evolving. And sometimes growth is painful. Waking up is not the end of your story, it's the start of the truest, most authentic version of it. And it's really incredible. If this resonates with you, then this season is for you. Stay with me because we're going deeper this December. Remember to subscribe to stay on top of the next episode, and we'll dive deeper into more what an awakening really is, why it happens, and how to integrate and heal and rebuild into your next life. Thanks for joining us today.